One of the great opportunities of mixed class endurance racing is being able to drive around professional drivers. It is certainly humbling, but also educational and fascinating to see what a car is actually capable of doing in hands that know what they are doing. At this year's 2025 Spa-Francorchamps 12-hour race, which is part of the Creventic 24-hour series, I was teamed with two other amateurs, Max from Germany and Benito from Mexico, and our semi-pro Harley from England. And we came second in our class, which is an excellent result. This video focuses on Harley, who really impressed me, to show you how much quicker a professional driver is than an amateur. I can tell myself I was slower because I hadn't driven this car before, hadn't driven at Spa before, I'm twice the size of Harley, he is 20 and fears nothing, or a whole raft of excuses, but he was still 10 seconds a lap faster than me on Spa's 7-kilometre circuit, which is about half a second a corner. I have included an interview of Harley taken during the race, and then put his lap and my lap side by side, where you can see where he is just faster everywhere. He is very impressive. One day I will annoy my family as I watch him winning the World Endurance Championship, the Nurburgring 24-hour, or the Le Mans 24-hour, and tell them all how I drove with him, and how I taught him everything he knows.
For a couple of years now I've been racing at the Nurburgring, in the Nurburgring Line-Strecking Series and the 24 hours. This year and last year I've been racing in the Cup 3 class, which is a one-make championship with the Porsche Cayman, like the one behind me, ran by Manthey. This year they've introduced a talent pool, so similarly to how they're taking young drivers from Carrera Cup and moving them into a junior status, they're now doing the same thing with endurance racing at the Nürburgring, which is really cool to see. We had the first round of NLS 3 weeks ago, which we won in class, which was really good, but before then we got a couple of days down at Manthey, tour of the factory, go on the simulator, really cool experience, and yeah, I'm really proud to be a part of the program. Here again you can see we've had a great race, but one thing can go wrong and that puts you down, but that's why it can be so rewarding to work together as a team to overcome so many challenges. So I'm really enjoying racing at the Nürburgring and here with Creventic in the 24-hour series.
How do you keep the whole program running, so getting in behind the wheel and making the race events happen?
There's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes that isn't directly racing related, so all of your training, all of your trying to find sponsorship, social media. I actually run my own business in the UK. I started that when I was 18, doing payroll services, and that's now the big driver behind trying to push a little bit further to get that extra budget to get into a Cup car or a GT3. And I'm also trying to raise sponsorship and show companies that the reach through motorsport and the fan base and the following that especially you and John have cultivated is fantastic, and there's a lot of exposure to be found. So a lot of work goes in.
It's incredible. There is a lot of hard work that has to go on behind the scenes, and well done to you for taking the initiative to make it happen. What's the feedback you're getting from people that you're talking to about sponsorship?
So it's very mixed, because obviously ever since COVID things have been a lot more uncertain, but the passion that people have for endurance racing, motorsport in general, but endurance racing is something that is a little bit of an untapped market. It's fantastic to see the turnout here again in Spa. There's a lot of fans. There was tons here in the grandstand in Eau Rouge and Raidillon. So the feedback is that people are hesitant, but once we get them to the racetrack, they always come back.
Well, it's been fantastic chatting to you. Thanks very much for taking the time, and congratulate the team. A great job they did just behind us there.
Thank you very much.
Harley Haughton for Team Sorg Rennsport, class winner at the Nürburgring in the VLN Run Series, last time out, working towards the 24 hours again this year, and with plenty of ideas. That is a 20-year-old driver talking there with much maturity, and started and runs his own business, uses the financial wherewithal from the business to help him go racing, and incredible story of that young man from the centre of England. It was on Midweek Motorsport a couple of 3 weeks ago. We had him on, I think, about this time last year, because he was about to become the youngest driver to tackle the Nurburgring 24 hours. And, you know, and he's still coming. He's got 25, 30 years ahead of him in sports car racing, Peter. He'll outlast the pair of us.
Definitely. I think he's a deeply impressive young man and speaks so well there too, and showing just giving people an idea of what goes into actually getting into the cockpit in the first place. It's a lot more complex and a lot more difficult than some might realise.